built our legacy on the court.
The Mercedes Cup in Stuttgart.
And now, we add another chapter. To witness greatness. To celebrate role models. To inspire generations. Tennis on the biggest stage. WTA Tour. Driven by Mercedes-Benz. Starting in 2026.
Coco Gauff just became the global face of Mercedes-Benz, and while the tennis world was celebrating, one person went completely silent. Aryna Sabalenka, who's been grinding for years and winning Grand Slams, suddenly had nothing to say. No congratulations post, no story, nothing. And when a top player goes radio silent after someone else lands a massive brand deal, you know exactly what that means. The question is, why does Coco keep getting these opportunities while others are left watching from the sidelines? Do you think Aryna's silence is just coincidence, or is she quietly frustrated that Coco keeps landing these massive deals? Let's break down what just happened. Mercedes-Benz, one of the most prestigious luxury car brands in the world, just announced that Coco Gauff is their new global brand ambassador. Not regional. Not for one campaign. Global. That means Coco's face is going to be on Mercedes ads all over the world. From Europe to Asia to North America, everywhere Mercedes sells cars, Coco's going to be representing them. And that's huge. Now, Mercedes isn't new to tennis. They've been involved in the sport for decades. They've partnered with Roger Federer, Sloane Stephens, and sponsored major tournaments. But naming Coco as their global face is different, because they're not just partnering with a player. They're building their entire marketing strategy around her. And that's a level of endorsement most tennis players never reach. But Coco? She's only 21, and she's already there. The announcement was big. Christina Schenk, Vice President of Digital and Communications at Mercedes-Benz, said Coco is an exceptional athletic talent who's focused, resilient, and unafraid to lead. She said as Mercedes embarks on an exciting new chapter in tennis, Coco's impact both on and off the court makes her an outstanding ambassador. And honestly, she's right. Because Coco's not just a tennis player, she's a brand. She's a movement. She connects with people in ways that go beyond the court. And Coco's response was perfect. She said tennis has always been about more than just winning for her. It's about growth, passion, and determination. And that's why this partnership with Mercedes feels special. Because they share the same drive and belief in pushing boundaries. That's not just a generic quote. That's Coco understanding exactly what makes her marketable. She's selling a lifestyle, a mindset, and Mercedes knows that. But here's where things get interesting. While the tennis world was buzzing about Coco's massive deal, one player was noticeably absent from the conversation. Aryna Sabalenka. And that's weird, because Aryna's usually all over social media. She posts her workouts, she celebrates her wins, she interacts with fans. But when Coco's Mercedes deal dropped, Aryna went silent. No post, no comment, nothing. And fans noticed immediately. Now, let's be clear. Aryna's an incredible player. She's won multiple Grand Slams. She's been ranked #1, she's dominated the Australian Open, she's powerful, consistent, and one of the best players in the world right now. But when it comes to brand deals, she's not in the same league as Coco. And that's gotta sting. Because Aryna's been working just as hard, winning just as much, but she's not getting the same level of recognition off the court. And here's why. It's not just about tennis. Brands don't care only about who wins the most matches. They care about who moves culture, who connects with people, who represents something bigger than just winning trophies. And Coco does that. She talks about social justice, she's poised in front of cameras, she's relatable, she's authentic, and most importantly, she's marketable in a way that Aryna just isn't. Aryna's known for being emotional on court, she breaks rackets, she yells, she gets frustrated. And while that makes for entertaining tennis, it doesn't make for a clean brand image. Companies want athletes who are polished, who won't cause a PR disaster, who can represent their values without controversy. And Coco fits that perfectly. Aryna doesn't always. Let's also talk about the numbers. Coco's already got partnerships with New Balance, Barilla, Rolex, Bose, Head, UPS, American Eagle, and Naked Juice, where she actually holds equity. She's not just getting paid, she owns part of the company. On top of that, she runs her own business, Coco Gauff Enterprises, and she's invested in the women's basketball league Unrivaled. So yeah, Coco's not just playing tennis, she's building an empire. Meanwhile, Aryna's got sponsorships, sure, but nothing on this level. She's not the global face of a luxury car brand. She's not running her own company, she's not holding equity stakes in other businesses, and that's the difference. Coco's thinking long-term. She's building a brand that's going to last long after she stops playing tennis. Aryna's still focused on winning matches, and there's nothing wrong with that. But it explains why Coco's getting these opportunities and Aryna's not. Now, some people might say, but Aryna's won more recently. She's been more dominant. And that's true. Aryna's had an incredible run. She's been one of the most consistent players on tour. But here's the thing. Consistency on the court doesn't always translate to marketability off the court. Brands want someone who can sell a lifestyle, someone who can inspire people, someone who makes them feel something. And Coco does that. Aryna doesn't. At least not in the same way. Let's also talk about timing. This Mercedes deal comes right as Coco's entering the 2026 season ranked 3rd in the world. She's coming off a French Open win. She's healthy, she's confident, and she's ready to dominate. Mercedes is launching this partnership at the perfect time. Because when Coco starts winning again, and she will, Mercedes gets the spotlight. That's genius marketing. But here's where the sarcasm kicks in. While Coco's becoming the global face of Mercedes, Aryna's out here still trying to get Nike to give her custom outfits. Seriously, Aryna's been vocal about not getting the same treatment as other top players. She's complained about wearing generic designs. Meanwhile, Coco's getting signature shoe deals and global brand ambassadorships. That's gotta hurt. And let's be real, the internet had a field day with this. Fans started posting memes comparing Coco's endorsement list to Aryna's. Comments like, Coco's driving a Mercedes while Aryna's still begging Nike for a custom dress were everywhere. Brutal, but kind of accurate. Because the gap between their off-court success is massive, and it's only getting bigger. Now, some people might say Aryna's silence doesn't mean anything. Maybe she's just focused on her own career. Maybe she doesn't care about Coco's deals. And honestly, that's possible. But here's the thing. When you're a professional athlete and your colleague lands one of the biggest endorsements in tennis, staying silent says a lot. Because if you're genuinely happy for them, why not post a quick congratulations? Why not show support? The fact that Aryna didn't do that tells you something. And this isn't the first time this has happened. Remember when Coco's New Balance campaign went viral? Aryna was silent then too. Remember when Coco was named Time's Sportswoman of the Year? Silence. There's a pattern here. And it's pretty clear that Aryna's not thrilled about Coco's off-court success. And honestly, who can blame her? Because from Aryna's perspective, she's doing everything right on the court. She's winning Grand Slams. She's ranked at the top. But she's not getting the same recognition. And that's frustrating. But here's the reality. Tennis isn't just about what happens on the court anymore. It's about influence. It's about cultural impact. It's about being someone people want to root for. And Coco has that. She's got the whole package. She's talented, but she's also charismatic. She's competitive, but she's also gracious. She's young, but she's wise beyond her years. And brands see all of that. Mercedes choosing Coco also says something about where they think tennis is headed. They're not investing in the past, they're investing in the future. And Coco represents that future. She's the next generation of tennis stars, the ones who are going to carry the sport for the next decade or more. And Mercedes wants to be there from the beginning. Now, let's talk about what this means for Aryna. Because this has to be a wake-up call. She's seeing Coco land these massive deals and she's gotta be thinking, what do I need to do to get on that level? And the answer is simple. She needs to work on her brand. She needs to be more polished. She needs to connect with fans on a deeper level. She needs to show brands that she's not just a great player, but a great ambassador. But here's the problem. Aryna's authentic too. And part of that authenticity is her emotion, her fire, her intensity. And changing that might make her less effective on the court. So she's stuck. She can either stay true to who she is and accept that she might never get the same level of endorsements, or she can try to polish her image and risk losing what makes her special. It's a tough spot to be in. Meanwhile, Coco doesn't have that problem, because she's naturally marketable. She doesn't have to fake anything. She's just being herself, and brands love it. And that's rare. Most athletes have to work hard to build their brand. But for Coco, it just comes naturally. And that's probably the most frustrating part for Aryna, because no matter how hard she works, she might never have what Coco has. Let's also talk about the bigger picture. Women's tennis is having a moment right now. Viewership is up, sponsorships are up, young people are tuning in, and Coco's right at the center of it all. She's the face of this new era. And Mercedes recognized that. They saw what everyone else is starting to see. Coco's not just the future of tennis, she's the future of sports marketing. But here's the thing, this also creates tension. Because when one player is getting all the attention and all the deals, other players start to feel left out. They start to resent it. They start to wonder why they're not getting the same opportunities, and that creates division, which is exactly what we're seeing now with Aryna's silence. And honestly, this is bad for tennis, because the sport needs multiple stars. It needs players who can all shine. It needs diversity in who's getting attention. But when brands only focus on one player, it creates an imbalance. And that imbalance breeds resentment, which is probably exactly what Aryna's feeling right now. But here's what Aryna needs to understand. Coco's success doesn't take away from her success. Coco getting a Mercedes deal doesn't mean Aryna can't get one too. The pie isn't shrinking, it's growing. And there's room for both of them. But Aryna has to put in the work off the court the same way she puts in the work on the court. She has to build her brand. She has to connect with fans. She has to show brands why they should invest in her. And maybe this Mercedes deal will be the push she needs. Maybe seeing Coco land this massive partnership will motivate Aryna to step up her off-court game. Because right now, she's falling behind. And if she doesn't do something soon, the gap is only going to get wider. Now, some people might say, I'm being too hard on Aryna. And maybe I am. But the facts are the facts. Coco's getting these deals because she's earned them. She's built a brand that's bigger than tennis, and Aryna hasn't. At least not yet. But she still has time. She's still young. She's still at the top of her game. And if she plays her cards right, she can close the gap. But it's going to take more than just winning matches. It's going to take strategic thinking. It's going to take building relationships with brands. It's going to take showing the world that she's more than just a powerful tennis player. She's someone worth investing in. Someone worth building a campaign around. Someone worth making the face of a global brand. And until she does that, she's going to keep watching Coco collect endorsement after endorsement, and she's going to keep staying silent. Because what else can she do? She can't congratulate Coco without looking fake, and she can't criticize her without looking jealous. So silence is the safest option, but it's also the most telling, because silence isn't neutral. Silence is a statement, and Aryna's silence is screaming one thing. She's not happy about Coco's success. And honestly, who can blame her? But instead of being frustrated, maybe she should use this as motivation, because Coco's proving that there's more to being a successful athlete than just winning matches. And if Aryna wants to compete off the court the way she competes on it, she's got to step up her game. Coco Gauff just became the global face of Mercedes-Benz, and Aryna Sabalenka's silence is speaking volumes. While Coco's building an empire, others are left wondering what they're doing wrong. If you want more updates on the biggest deals in tennis and all the drama that comes with them, hit that like button and subscribe. This rivalry's just getting started.